Hello, my fellow public servants. This video today is about the formal portion of an EEO complaint process. And so at this point, you will have filed, you'll have connected with your RM counselor, you've given them the timeline, if you've done mediation, you've had your mediation session. If we're at this point formal, that means it did not result in settlement. You got that 4939 form and the notice of right to file after the mediation session. And you filed within 15 days. Great. So now what to expect is a little waiting while they assign an investigator. And that investigator is a third-party person that doesn't work, they work for the VA. It's like a contractor. And what they do is they send you an affidavit, essentially summarizing all the information that you put down in that timeline. So what this affidavit is just a more formal, you're signing to it. Yes, this is true. So be sure to get with your representative about filling that out. Some parts of it, they seem like very straightforward questions, but the answer can be a little more nuanced. For example, they might ask, are you currently accommodated? A lot of people, their initial reaction is, well, yes, I am accommodated, but not fully, but they'll answer, yes, I'm accommodated. They gave me, a gliding flex schedule. Well, that's not what they're looking for, because what the intent of that question is, do you have all the accommodations you need? So while you were given alternates, if they were ineffective, that's where you need to start talking about the fact that they were ineffective. So when they ask, are you accommodated? If you're not fully accommodated, that's where you would say, no, I'm not fully accommodated. I'm not accommodated. This is what I need. This is what my doctor says I need. This is what I was given. So just be sure to check with your representative about these questions. Just have them review it. Talk to them before you fill it out. And by the way, you do get time while at work to be able to fill this out. So again, check with your representative, and be sure and ask for that time, because it can be a little time consuming sometimes, a few hours. So that affidavit will have a due date. If you're pushing up on that due date and it's been hard to get time, or you just haven't been able to put things together, don't worry about that due date. It's not as a formal and hard line as it might seem. So, your representative can ask for more time for you. You can ask for more time. Those investigators, their job is to just make sure that it's a thorough review. So if you need another week, they'll grant you another week. So you fill out your affidavit, then that's given over to management. They have their own series of questions, I should say. They respond to those questions, right? That's on them. And then we're provided with those questions that they answered, and we get one final piece called a rebuttal. And so then we look at the things management said, and then we write sort of a narrative response where we just discuss, like, oh, hey, yeah, they said this, but this is actually the full picture, or, oh, yeah, I agree with that, or, whatever it is about the topic. And that's the main first portions, right? The most sort of busy, time-intensive things. Once you do those sections, ending with the rebuttal, then it's just a waiting game for an administrative judge to be assigned. So, and in all the cases at the regional office, none of them have gotten to that point yet, although we have had a few people go through that initial stage with the affidavit and stuff. So, again, if further questions, please reach out, and there's more videos on this topic. Thank you.